On Saturday, June 7th, South Carolina Republican candidate for the House of Representatives in Conway, South Carolina, was the subject of violent threats and intimidation. Mark Bennett, running for House seat for District 105, reported to the Conway Police Department that he received a threatening phone call and his house had been broken into.
I was out all day campaigning, going door to door. That night at 7:23 or 7:25ish, I got a phone call from a woman who was very irate, screaming and yelling. She was basically saying that she didn't like my positions on the debate. She didn't like my message on the debate and this and that about me. Long story short, at the end of the conversation, the whole time she's yelling, by the way, at me, she flips out, says that she's going to hunt me down and yell at me and hurt me or hit me. I immediately go to the police department, start to file a complaint. My wife goes home and to find the door being open. She calls me while I'm at the police department and says, "Honey, we've been broken into." I immediately get to my car, I scramble over there as fast as I can, and that's when that happens. So at 10:30 at night, I get here, I storm up, I run up here, not knowing what I'm going to see when I come inside. I get over here, and this is when I first see that something's up. My wife said, and I could see this was open. The door was open a little bit. I come in here. It's dark. I go over to this area here. I turn on the light, and barely seeing stuff. I check out the rest of the house, make sure everything else is all right. Nothing was taken. Computer was fine. The TV was fine. Everything was fine. And then I see this sitting in the middle of the floor. A smiley face on the board here. No, I did not draw that. My wife did not draw that. Scared the poop out of us. That's like something from like Hollywood. That's like something you see in horror flicks.
In addition to the break-in and the threatening phone call, Bennett's campaign signs have ironically turned up missing.
Painting pieces of wood blue and writing out my name and putting them up. I've made about 6 or 7, and so far only one standing. They've all been taken down. I don't know if I'm not 100% sure if there's any correlation between the break-in and the phone call. But, I would actually logically think that there should be. I do find it suspicious that within 2 days of this, all my signs disappear. I start getting phone calls from someone attacking me, and then my home's broken into, and someone leaves a smiley face on my floor, obviously to mess with my head. My message that I carried on live TV into the homes of thousands of people here in Horry County might have had a negative impact on business, or maybe someone might have gotten angry and just lashed out and did this, or maybe I cut in on someone's profit margins, or maybe someone, I can give you a very quick scenario, someone donates to Kevin Hardy or one of the other fellows, has big business interest in him going to the State House, and then because I demolished them on the debate, they instantly, lash out to try to make me fear or cower, but I won't fear.
In the televised debate, Bennett did go after 2 of his opponents, Randy Alford and Kevin Hardy.
He said that we should have a staggered workday, that your tax dollars should go to the businesses and equally distributed amongst the businesses so that you get off at 4 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. That way everyone isn't on the roads at the same time. Kevin Hardy received the largest amount of funding in his campaign, $1,000, from Burroughs and Chapman, B&C Construction, who I know for a fact hires illegal immigrants.
Yeah, on the debate, I did very, very much go after the other candidates for what I viewed was discrepancies in their conservative views. One man, Kevin Hardy, receives a lot of money from Burroughs and Chapman, B&C Construction. They hire illegal immigrants. They make plenty of money by paying these guys $5 an hour instead of me and you paying us a quality wage and benefits. So I stuck that in there. I don't think Randy Alford would have any motive, but yeah, I did attack a business, I guess you could say. And business is money, and money is power. I guess there is a possibility of that. But I do see there is a possibility of a correlation. Yeah, there's a possibility of anything right now.
Make a Difference in Horry County referenced the phone number of the woman who called and threatened Bennett to the address of a Barry Cook in Aner, South Carolina. Coincidentally, the woman who threatened Bennett on the phone said she lived in Aner. However, after going to the residence and knocking, I could hear that someone was home, but they didn't want to come to the door. As I was walking off of the porch, heading back towards my car, a gentleman from the home on the same property asked me what I was doing. I asked him if the woman inside made the threatening phone call, but the gentleman denied that she made the phone call to Bennett as he walked me off of the property.
I told them about the phone call. They took the phone number. From what I understand, it is a landline in Aner. And they're going to be looking up on it. I'm going to get the police report tomorrow, hopefully. And they said they'll look into it. I'd like to send a message to whoever did this. You can threaten me, you can break into my house, you can threaten my life, you can threaten my family's lives, you can do all sorts of things against me. But you cannot threaten the message of freedom, you cannot threaten the message of liberty, and we, the people of the United States of America, are taking back our local governments for our conservative principles, our conservative beliefs, and we will stand up, and we will be counted. You will not shut me up, you will not get in my face, and I will not be intimidated. I am free to speak and to think. My forefathers weren't, but I'm damn sure my children will.
Reporting from Conway, South Carolina for RepublicMedia.tv and Make a Difference in Horry County, this is Matt Jarfie.